in full effect. Some air horns there, some claps, air horns. We back. Missed a week, but we back in full effect. Took off a week. First of all, welcome back to the OCP Organized Chaos podcast. Um, like I said, we took a week off. To get yourself. I had to get myself together, get my mind and everything back right. I had to take a little break, little step away from this. Just had to step away. Period. Just trying to get just your mentals right and everything. We go through so much in life. Sometimes you just got to take a break from things. Things ain't always going the way you want it to go. Um, but that's life. You got to keep on going, keep on striving, keep on, block out negativity, overcome negativity, hurdles, obstacles, all that good stuff. But I'm here, I'm back, and we back in full effect. So some of the topics I might talk about is going to be a little bit old because I missed a week, so I'm like a week behind. So don't kill me on that one for everybody that's listening. But hopefully you guys had a good week, had a good 2 weeks. Same old, same old. It's starting to get hot. Um, been raining like a mug. Shoot, I was driving home one day. It was raining. It was raining like crazy. Like you couldn't even see in front of your daggone. I couldn't even see in front of me. That's how bad it was raining. Then the hail just got disrespectful. Like I thought my windows was about to shatter. That's how bad the hail was. Um, I remember when I was living overseas, we used to get these bad hailstorms. It was like the hail looked like golf balls. That's how big it was. I was just like, but it just reminded. It was like a flashback to that how big the hail was and how bad the storm was or whatever. So, but yeah, we got through it. So but it's raining a lot. It's just that season where it's raining a lot, almost every day or whatever. But I guess we need it. You know. Um, but these last 2 weeks they've been pretty good. Just I would say challenging, especially at work. Work, you you work at a job and you be like, if this person say one more thing to me, yo, I'm not caring. I'm ready to snap. But yeah, but you can't because you got bills and shit. But yeah, man. Sometimes you be at work and you be ready to go off, yo. I know I be ready to go off. That's why I gotta figure some things out and get myself out of the work field because a lot of people say, "Oh, I knew I was never built for work, or I was never built to like." Just say you can't. You don't know how to deal with people. You know how to work with people. I can know how to work with people, but sometimes you get to a point where enough is enough, yo. Like I know managers, um, they have things they gotta deal with. They got all this stuff. They be under pressure too. But like some managers, they're not built to be leaders. They're not built to be managers. They just in that position and they don't know how to deal with that. They don't know how to deal with people. They don't know how to lead people, and they don't know how to talk to people. And it just don't mix, especially with me. I don't mix. I don't really like talking to bosses and stuff like that to begin with. I've always been like that because I'm like, I know at some point you got to be an asshole, so I would rather not deal with that. I mean, I understand it, but I don't want to deal with it all the time because I'm like, I know what you have to be, so it's like I want limited interaction with you, but I don't like being in that position where I have to talk to you and deal with you consistently all day because it doesn't work for me because I don't work good in that environment, and that's where I'm at right now. It's the environment I'm in. It's just like it's too much. It's too much for it's too much for my it's too much for my what you call it too much for my anxiety because I like I said I already got high anxiety and dealing with certain type of people is just it's not cut out for me. It's definitely not cut out for me. But I got bills, so I'm gonna just keep on dealing with it until I don't have to deal with it no more. But I wanted to call back on my last show, the Kevin Samuels stuff, and I know it's old, all the stuff is past or whatever. We on an old news cycle or whatever. But I saw so many clips and so many things. And one of the things I saw, and this guy, he's actually on YouTube. Shout out to Poor Man's Podcast, and he put, our women love rappers that degrade them and talk about them and bash them or whatever this and other, but they love it. They listen to it all day long. But one man tried to help you and tell you about yourself, but what you could do to get better. But he was crucified for it. I don't understand, and I agree with that. I don't understand, like, you pretty women love trap music, and trap music is all about, I mean, for lack of better words, misogyny and degrading women and all this other stuff. But they love that type of music. They love dancing to it. They love this and other. So it's like, you love that, but on the other hand, when somebody tell you something direct to try to help you out in life, it's that person is vilified. He's looked at as wrong for saying these type of things or whatever. So I just didn't get that. And then Vivica Fox, which is I saw a clip. Vivica Fox was talking about, it's karma that he passed away and this, and I never knew death was just somebody just randomly dying for maybe a heart attack or something was karma. Like, everybody's going to die. So it's like, everybody dying, is that karma? People dying from cancer, is that karma? Is it, like, where do we draw the line as far as karma goes? Like, what is karma? Like, I don't think somebody passing away is karma. That doesn't make sense. But same things he said to her, it's like, you're a 50-year-old woman. You continuously talking about a relationship you had 17 years ago with one dude that didn't want you and disrespect you or whatever, but you still lusting after that man. And this is the same stuff Kevin used to talk about. It's like, don't you want something better for you? You're 50-something years old. You got all this plastic surgery. Your face look like he said, look like you've been sucking on lemons or whatever. And you're like, that whole show, that whole little podcast, whatever, you got a bunch of women that's 40, 50 plus and bitter because they didn't make better choices. They didn't make better choices, and that's all Kevin wanted. It was like women to make better choices, choose better, make better choices, be held accountable for your choices, and don't blame it on men. Men, those men that you deal with, or some of the men that the things they do, they can be held accountable for that, but you got to be held accountable for choosing that particular man and stand with that man. And it's goes for men too. You make better choices, and it's just one of those things. And that's all he was trying. His whole platform was about people making better choices and getting yourself together and being the best version of yourself, so you can, for a man, take care of your family, do the things you need to do, and be a better provider. For women, to be a better wife, to be be all the things that we're supposed to be. And that's basically what his platform was. But for some reason, that got lost on people, and I don't know how, because people just don't like the way he said things, and a lot of times, like I said, it was just he mirrored what was given to him. Some people came on with attitudes and different things like that, and he mirrored it. Sometimes he talked to people for a long time until he got fed up, and it was like, you know what, you're giving me all this sass, you're giving me all this attitude for nothing, and I'm gonna give it right back to you, because one thing about it, like I always say, you can't out argue a black woman, but he did. A lot of times he did. He out argued somebody, and they couldn't handle it because they couldn't get the best of him, so they threw a fit or whatever. So but yeah, I just wanted to call back to that and be like, the celebrations and all that other stuff. It was just it was crazy. I saw some people who, and then you had that pastor that was talking about him on and I mean, he has since apologized or whatever, but it's like, you have a church, where you're pandering to women, your most of your congregation. That's one of the big things. Um, Especially in church now, it's like mostly women, and to keep the women in, they have to pander to them to keep continuously get their money, and then a lot of times women don't see that. You don't see a lot of men around in that church, and all you doing is getting sermons based to feed your ego and feed what you want to hear, and they don't see that. It's just like when Derek Jackson was sitting there telling women what they want to hear, but meanwhile he was taking their money. Buy this book, buy this, buy that. It's so much money made off of women telling women what they want to hear, but women don't. They don't see that they're spending this money on these people, and these people don't. They don't even live that stuff. They don't believe what they said. Dirk Jackson was cheating. He was living a whole nother life, or whatever. But he was telling you, he was bashing men, telling you what you want to hear. Meanwhile, you buying his books, you buying all this other stuff, and he basically lying. And women don't want to see that. Like they're lied to. It's a lot of money lying to women. I mean, hell, huge publications have did it. It's a lot of money made off lying to women in general, because women love to be lied to. They like to be told what they want to hear instead of the truth. Which is sad, because nobody should be lied to and take advantage of. And it's sad that women are taken advantage of. But I told my daughter before, like, sometimes you gotta sit back and listen to things and listen to what people saying, and question it, because people will tell you anything, especially if it's just something you want to hear. People will tell you anything to get what they want out of you. So always be cautious of that. Always be cautious of that. But um, I want to talk about this huge. I wouldn't say huge ordeal that's going around. Well, topic that's going around, and I don't even know why it's so huge, because it shouldn't be. It's Bronny and his prom date. So, I mean, if you go on Twitter is like, I think every day I log on to Twitter, I open up that app. All I do is hear about divestors, white men, white women, black women dealing with white men. It's just like, it gets an overload of. I mean, to a point. I don't care. I don't care about half of that stuff, but it's like, why are grown folks, why are grown people so invested in who this boy took to the prom? For the life of me, I can't understand this. Like, why are y'all so worried about who he took to the prom? It does nothing for you. Like, it it doesn't affect your life. It doesn't affect you at all. And we don't know if that's his girlfriend. We just know it's his prom date. That's all we know. The person I went to the prom with, they wasn't my girlfriend, whatever. It was my prom date. And what I want to know is, who do you expect him to go with? He goes to a rich school. I'm pretty sure it's 90 to 95% white people there, Caucasians there. So it's like, who do you expect him? Who do you think he's around all day long? I don't think people really get that. Like, this is who he's around or whatever. Like, I don't understand. But I mean, even aside from that, if he decided to go to the prom with her, whatever, that's another. So what? It's a prom date. It's a prom date. I don't get it. I don't get why people are so invested in what other people are doing and who they with and who they sleeping with, whatever. Because 9 times out of 10, it's usually somebody they wouldn't even bother to deal with. Say if that person was single and that person walked past them, they wouldn't even bother messing with. They wouldn't even want them. So it's like, why do you care who they deal with? I don't care. I'd like, you're not smashing them. Like, all day long, I sit there and read this stuff about, oh, this guy's messing with a white girl. It's just like when they're doing all those NFL players. Um, some of them be at these colleges and they might deal with a white woman, but that's all that's around or whatever. And it's like, I don't understand why they don't have no black woman and this and that and other. And it's like, well, that's who was around them. I don't understand. I don't understand it. But then, I was talking to one of my friends, and she was like, "Well, we not put in those positions. We not in those positions to do X, Y, and Z, and we don't have trust funds. And not all white people are rich. I don't understand that. Like, not all white people. It's more poor whites than it is rich white people. So I don't understand where this white people have trust funds and this and that. Yes, they do, but it's like it's not the majority of white people. I don't know where we get that. So it's like all white people go to college, they all rich. I'm just trying to figure that out. I'm trying to understand that. So it's like, okay, you guys are not. On one hand, you'll say, "Oh, black women, we in college more than black men and this and that." But then when these guys are messing with these white women or whatever, then you say, "Oh, we're at home. We don't have the money." So which one is it? Are you in college or are you not? Because I'm trying to figure it out. But then it's like, oh, we don't have the time. We don't have the opportunity to just be with somebody, and they don't have money, or we can't wait till they figure it out or get what they want. I don't get that. You're 17, 18, that person's 17, 18, 19, like you're both on the same playing fields. Like, why do we, you're not expected to have money. He's not expected to have money. But it's crazy how you don't have money, but these women have enough money to go to every all-star city and every, every place these people at to try to snag them when they have money. You could miraculously come up with money when you want to go snag him now that he has money. But when he didn't have anything, you wasn't looking his way. You didn't have no money then. So I don't get it. Like, I really don't get it. It's like you got money to go and stalk him out when you know he already got that money, but when he didn't have money, you wasn't really checking for him. So you can't be mad when somebody else was checking for him before he had money. Like, you can't be mad at that. And like I said, I will always use my old coworker as an example. Like she would say, she would be at games, she would be at football games, she'd be at basketball games. She was the only sister there. She didn't have money, she broke, but she was there. A lot of times we do the thing of, if it's a lot of white people there, we don't want to go. No, I ain't hanging around all those white people, this and that, but that's us, So we can sit there and make excuses, but this is how we talk. Oh, I ain't going to all those white people, this and that, but she used to be there. She was like, shoot, I'm right there rooting, whatever, this and that. She was like, I was the only sister there. I was the only like black person there, this and that. So this is coming from somebody who lived in the South, who've been around that stuff and know what was going on or whatever. So it's like, you can't say that you didn't have the opportunity to be around this man. You did, but you choose not to. You want him when he got money, but you didn't want him when he didn't have money. So it's like, why care who that person is with? Because you didn't want him from the get-go. Now that you see he a star, he making money, whatever, this and that, now you want him. Now it's a problem, whoever he end up dealing with. So I don't get it. Like, it's just like us as black men, it's like we gotta go straight from high school to just making a whole bunch of money to find somebody. That doesn't make sense. Like, we got to go from A to Z just like that, just to be with our woman, and I don't understand that. I don't understand that. Like, men, we don't start really making money till we like 35. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like really hitting your peak as far as like really start to earn money like that. But we're expected to and shit, nowadays I don't even know how they compete nowadays. Like, when I was their age, 18, 19, 20 or whatever, I wasn't making that much money, but I wasn't expected to make money. Nowadays, man, these kids, man, they expected to make a ton of money. They got to keep up with all this stuff that's going on, and that's I feel for them. Like, women are wanting a lot of stuff. They want to go here. They want to be wine and dine. They want to be taken to, you know what I'm saying, Catch Steak and Prime and all these different places. And it's like, damn, where am I getting all this money from? Like I'm only I'm only 18, 19, 20 years old. Like, I don't get it. But like I said, I don't see why Bronny, his prom date was such a big deal, because it shouldn't be. It was his prom date. Nobody said it was his girlfriend or whatever. It was his prom date. He can go to the prom with whoever he wants to go to the prom with. That don't mean that that was his girlfriend or whatever. And even if it was, so what? Like, I don't care. I don't mind people dating whoever the hell they want to date, because like I said, a lot of times those same people that talk about it, they would not have wanted to talk to him if it was, say if that person was single, or if they didn't even know who that person was. That person walked past him or tried to talk to him, they wouldn't care. So it's like, I don't care what people do. Like, uh my brother's married to a white woman, and my grandmother, she had took in a white lady, and we grew fond of her, whatever. And shit, my great great grandmother is white on my father's side. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't I don't care. You know what I'm saying? I really don't. Like, some people have, like, a lot of times we sit here and say that we can't be racist, but that's false. We can. You know what I'm saying? We can, because I see it all the time. I see it all day, every day, online. Like I said, I don't care. Like, I can point out racist stuff. I can point out prejudice stuff that white people do or whatever. But me personally, I will never just totally just have some type of feelings towards another race just because. Like I said, I damn sure ain't gonna have that type of feelings because a white man saved my life. Period. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for a white man or whatever saving my life, giving me mouth to mouth resuscitation when I got hit by a car. So, hey, you know, I can't have that type of hate or whatever, because, like I said, I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for that guy up the street from my grandmother's house to save me. But, you know, to each his own. You know what I'm saying? Grown people need to do better. Like, it's a little kid. He can have a prom date. Um, he can date whoever he want to date. So what? It doesn't affect you one bit. Him dating whoever. These are the same people. If he would have dated us, if he would have took a sister to the prom, and she didn't look how they wanted her to look, they would have talked about her too. So it wouldn't have made no difference. It wouldn't have made no difference. I remember people used to talk about Denzel's wife. Oh my God, how can he date? How can he be married to somebody like that? Like, it don't matter, yo. None of this matters. Like, because you can't please people. You just have to do what you do for your own self. Because no matter what, people want to complain. They complain. Oh, saying these celebrities or whatever, they don't date black women. Then if they do date black women, they're not dark enough. Or even if they dark enough, oh, she's not cute. You will never ever please people. If you live for other people, you're never going to please people. You just live your life and do what you're going to do, because people always going to have an opinion, and half the time they miserable. So, hey, Bronny, keep on doing your thing. But yeah, I don't understand that. But that's all I got on that. I just found it very amusing or interesting that grown people was worried about who his prom date was. I don't get that, man. But yeah. Let's get into our rant for the week. So my rant of the week is parents, parents, parents. Please be in your kids' lives. Please be in your kids' lives. And I'm talking about I went to my cousin's daughter's basketball games, and one weekend, and it's important. Just people showing up. People showing up for things that you're interested in, especially for kids. When they see people in the stands, they see people coming. It makes them feel good. It makes, like, especially if it's your parents, it makes you feel good. Like it's you know what I'm saying, it's just a sense of damn, they really here, they care, I got support or whatever, this and the other. Like I remember I used to when my daughter was younger, and um I would go with different things, parent teacher night and stuff like that, and a lot of the parents don't even show up, you know, and these would be the same parents. If something happens or with their kid or whatever, they'd be the first to go in there yelling at the teachers or whatever, this and that, but they don't know nothing about what's going on with the kids and, you know, stuff like that. And it's like, parents, just be in your kids' lives, yo. Like, support the things that they doing, and just be there. I remember my daughter was when my daughter was in the hospital for some months or whatever, and we used to go every single day to see her. And yeah, some kids, man, their parents never came. Then, but you know, we would go over there and just, you know, talk to them, whatever, this and another. But like, their parents would never show up, and it's sad. Like, it's very sad. But yeah, man, I parents, you know, more parents need to be. I see a lot of, you know, you go to a lot of these events and stuff like that. You see a lot of dads. You see dad coaches and different things like that. But we just need more of this. Parents just being in their kids' lives and supporting things they want to do, and things like that, because it cuts down on a lot of stuff when they get older. Because I mean, kids just want their parents there. You know, it's one thing to be a parent, but if you're not just active and there in a kid's lives, and you know, you can buy them stuff, but that don't mean nothing if you wasn't there. Because the things that they remember is like, my parents was there whenever I had something. I had my art exhibit, or I had my, you know, whatever they was doing or interested in. They know, or they remember when their parents were there. And so, you know, that's the stuff that really matters to kids. And, you know, so, you know, you can't take that lightly. You got to be there. You got to support them, you know, gives them a good self-esteem. It just makes, you know what I'm saying, it builds a relationship. It just makes the kids just, their overall psyche, it just makes them feel better, you know. And I think a lot of times we take that stuff for granted, you know. Yeah, we just take that stuff for granted. So you know, I'm just encouraging parents to just be there, and be present, and you know, be active in their kids' lives and stuff like that, because um, you know, you never know when your kids get over what type of resentment that they're holding on to with you, you know, because you didn't do this or you didn't do that, or you wasn't there, or you know, you don't know. So it's like, try to be there as much as possible, be present as much as possible, you know. I know it's tough when, you know, life and people got to work and different things like that, but just be there as much as possible, you know, be there as much as possible. So that's my rant for the week. But let's get into my Twitter post of the week as well. Let's see what I got here. This Twitter post comes from a woman. I usually try to pick women because when I go into certain topics, you know, I a lot of times I don't want to come in from a male perspective. I want it coming from women, and this is how women are thinking, and not just a man saying this to women or whatever. So, and I just elaborate on what they're saying. So she says a lot of younger women going to end up alone, thinking they have the same options, access as the celebrity women and rapper girlfriends they worship. Find a solid, gainfully employed man who will hold you down and exit the damn race. And I can't agree with her more, because our culture, our women have basically worshiped these celebrity relationships, not realizing that celebrities are 0.01% of our population, especially in the black community. They're like 0.01%. But because we pushed in our face all day long, we think that's like the norm. So all the stuff that these women be getting and stuff like that, anything like all these men have all this money and they supposed to have this and they supposed to be this and another. I'm like, yo, that shit is an illusion. You know what I'm saying? Like, you seeing all this stuff, like, you're not dealing with Drake. You're not dealing with, you know what I'm saying? You're not dealing with these these rappers. Like, have some type of what you call it? What's the word I'm looking for? Realistic expectations for the people you dealing with. You know, and a lot of people end up single because they looking for this fantasy man or this fantasy relationship to come along, and it's like, no, you have that man in front of you. You had that man. I think Kevin said it one time when he was talking about Vivica Fox. Kevin said he's always told women that almost every woman has met that man, or met a man that was going to give them everything that they wanted or whatever. But for whatever reason, they've looked past that guy, thinking that they deserve more, they deserve better. They looking for this fantasy person that's going to come along, and it's like, because they looking at something that's not real. And half those girls they're looking at, they in bullshit relationships. They not happy. They getting dogged out. They this and that, because that's what you get when you're dealing with those type of men, because they have so many options. They have so many girls. They here, they there, this and another. So it's like, what do you expect? But the mindset, it's like, oh, I want a guy to take me here. If this person ain't taking me this place or that place or doing this and that and other, then I don't want him. It's like, but you're gonna be waiting forever, to get that. And I was saying, my same friend, I was talking to her and I was telling her, I was like, yo, like, us as a whole, but women in general, like, they've been lied to. It's just been lied to. It's like, we tell people to, you should do this, and you should wait for this, and you this and that and other, and all it does is, the older you get more jaded. You go through more experiences. So you go through more experiences, and so then you don't know what you want, and then you trying to shield yourself from this hurt and that hurt. But when you get with somebody younger, you both going through experiences together. You don't know about all this other stuff. You don't know about all the drama and all the hurt and this and that and other, because you're dealing with this one person. You're growing with this person or whatever, this and other. And it's like, like I said, like she said, find somebody that you can deal with, and say that make you happy or whatever, this and other, and get out the race, because we think it's a lot of people. It's a lot of people in the world, but most of those people we would never touch. We would never be with. We would never. It's like, as many people we think it is in the world. It's not. It's not that many people when it comes to people that you're seriously going to date or be with or be around. These people are just not magically showing up. And like I said, like, just find somebody you deal with, and I salute all the people that I know that's married. Shit, that's everybody, really. All my friends and everything, everybody's married, but I salute them, because it's like, yo, it's very hard out there, because I don't know what people are looking for. People are looking for some unrealistic ish, you know, and that they're never going to find. It's like, you have somebody find, but then it's like one thing that they may not give you, then all of a sudden that they're not good enough. And it's like, it's crazy, because you're not going to find everything in a person. You're just not. You're going to have to compromise on some things, and some things you're going to have to look at and be like, well, you have to give some things a chance, because as many people as it seem out there, it's not that many people that you're going to actually deal with. These people ain't just going to come along and, rescue and save you. People be talking about, oh, I'm waiting for the right person or Mrs. Right or Mr. Right, whatever this and another. And it's like, no, you waiting on something that's totally unrealistic. And I can tell myself that, but I have given people chances that, people might have said, why are you dealing with that person, this and other? And it's like, I'm giving them chances. I'm, saying I'm seeing if it could work or whatever, this and another. But, it's just one of those things. It's like, I don't expect nobody to be perfect. But a lot of these women out here, they looking for some unrealistic stuff. And it's like, you have to know your men. You're looking for these men to be able to take you here and go here and take you to this expensive restaurant and do all these different things and shower you with all this other stuff. Like that's crazy. This is swag to me. But that's how they live. That's what they want. You can't get them off of that because that's what they see. That's what they consume all day long. They consume this BS and this fake lifestyle and what I'm saying, of Instagram and celebrity culture and stuff like that. And that's what they want. They think it's going to make them happy, but in reality it's not. And they don't even know what that is. They don't know what that, they don't know what that entails. You get somebody like that, you don't know what that life entails. You don't know how that relationship operates or functions. You just see it and you want it. But shout out to her, because that tweet was real. You looking at something, a false hope, a false reality. Get you somebody and get out the damn race, because the older you get, the harder it is to find someone. And that's all Kevin. It all ties back to what Kevin was saying, but it really does. The older you get, the harder it is to find somebody, because you get stuck in your ways. You don't want to compromise on certain things. You don't want to this and another. And it's like, it just get harder and harder for somebody to find you. You know what I'm saying? Then don't let you, start having kids and this and that and other. And it gets even harder, So, yeah, like, find you somebody. Don't listen to these old, bitter women. Just find you somebody that you can settle down with or whatever and grow with and keep it pushing, because it ain't shit out here. It ain't nothing out here at all. The dating pool is it's terrible right now, because people are living online. People are living trying to live what they see and put that expectations on other people, and it's sad, but yeah. So I don't know. Maybe we'll get it together one day. Maybe we won't. I don't know. But all we can do is hope. All we can do is keep feeding it information and see where it goes from there, But let's get into our final segment. Two things I may, things I may or may not give two shits about. Some of this, like I said, some of this is old. Some of this is new. I missed a week, so bear with me. First, we're gonna have Riri and ASAP having a baby boy. Clap it up for that one. It's sad that people be so pressed to, and they can potentially lose their job as well, to just break news to everybody. Because they cleared out the floor, everything, and I think one of the workers said they had a baby boy, whatever. It's never. I don't know if it's true or not, but it sounded like that person may have been fired as well, because they said it online to a bunch of people, which was dumb. But because you can't do that, you can't release people's medical information online, but it's a violation. But this is the world we live in. Everybody wants to be first to, But congratulations to them for having that baby. I'm pretty sure they're pretty excited, first time parents or whatever. So congratulations to them. But then, then we got this chick. I remember back in the day, when I used to see her, I think I saw her on maybe like one or two videos or whatever. This is, but this chick's superhead, like, it's crazy that she got the term superhead, but this chick, for her to be in her, I think she like 50 something. For her to be this old and still living in the past of like uh she keep on telling these same damn stories. Like she damn near like Al Bundy and shit. Like, or four poke high 4 touchdowns. Like, okay, we know you like Lil Wayne. We know you was messing with Lil Wayne. We know you this and another. You keep on telling these same goddamn stories. You want to live off you gave good head. Like, I don't understand that. And you have a platform for that. Like, so what? You gave good head years ago and you did all this stuff. Like, this is your badge of honor. Like, you had a husband and whenever somebody else would call, you just immediate leave and be gone for a couple days, whatever this and ever. Like, I don't like, what are we doing here, yo? Like, this is her claim to fame. This is what she living off. Like, so you had a husband and you told him whenever Bow Wow or Lil Wayne called. First, it was Lil Wayne. I don't even know where the Bow Wow came in at because, like I said, I heard this story before, but she threw Lil Bow in, but it was always if Lil Wayne called, then I'm out. I'm be out, be gone for like day 2, 3, or whatever this and other. But it's like it makes it, the story doesn't make sense. It might be funny a little bit, but it's like it doesn't make sense. You're a whole married woman, and what type of dude? I can't remember if it was her being married to Eddie or her being married to the white dude or whatever. I don't know which one it was. What she was doing it. I can't remember, but I'm like, both of them got to be some simps to let her just go do that. Like, all right, you go do that, and I'll be gone. How about that? Because those dudes don't want you and you gonna be gone, so I'm rolling out or whatever. Like you said, oh, I was paying all the bills, whatever, blah 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 blah, this and that. So it couldn't have been a white dude because he had money, but it had to be Eddie because I don't think he was popping like that. But I keep on calling him Eddie Winslow. I don't even know his real goddamn name. He's gonna be forever known as Eddie Winslow. That's fucked up. But yeah, like, how's your claim to fame? Like, I don't know, man. I'm gonna leave that alone. Like I said, I mean, she had some fire scenes back in the day, but other than that, she's still a cute girl. She still is actually a cute girl, even though she's 50 something. And shout out to her. But yeah, like, give it a rest. Give it a rest. That was like 17 years ago or whatever. That you was hot and popping. Now you still trying to be popping, telling your old war stories from back in the day or whatever. Al Bundy in it. Then we got this one is an old one. Ray J, basically let the world know that those little tapes and stuff like that was orchestrated and which I thought we already knew. But I guess he confirmed it or whatever. I remember I watched that story about the dude who made the Girls Gone Wild. I watched a little documentary on that, and I think they was real good friends with that guy, and I think he may have been part of the who released it or whatever, this and another little deal with them or whatever. But he basically confirmed that they knew what was going on, and everything. So it to me it's nothing new because I always thought it from the beginning. It's like they just happen to be very good at capitalizing off of it. But it's kind of like that Pamela Anderson, Tommy Lee deal. I think theirs was leaked or whatever, leaked per se. But yeah, they just happen to be the best to capitalize off of because plenty of people sex tapes leak or whatever, and you don't hear nothing about them or whatever. But there's she took off or whatever. But who cares at the end of the day? At the end of the day, I don't care. And we got Young Thug and YSL arrests. This one is crazy because Thug he's been in the game for a while. He's been in the game for a while. And it's like, you got money. Like, you got money. Like, you don't have to be doing half the stuff you're doing. Now, whether it's true or not, I think they got some recordings, phone conversations, or whatever. That's another. But I don't know. He been in the game too long to be doing the same type of stuff, yo. Being in the streets. It's like, do you want to be a business person or you want to be a street person? Like, I can understand. I can kind of understand somebody who just got out of the streets or whatever, this and never. But if you've been Thug been in the game for over 10 years, I believe. And it gotta be over 10 years, maybe. Maybe. Don't quote me on that. At least 7. Um and yeah, he shouldn't be doing half the stuff that they alleged that he was doing, because it's like, dude, you making too much money. I watched that interview with when Wallow was trying to give them game and stuff like that, and it's like when you see the faces of people, it's like, are you really retaining the information that this person is actually giving you, or are you just. And Wallow was trying to tell him like, yo, yeah, y'all got the opportunity to make too much money. It's like, why y'all doing half the stuff, or why y'all trying to do half the stuff y'all doing, because it doesn't make sense. You guys have access to the money that a lot of the other rappers didn't even have access to, and y'all trying to live the life that you just came out of. Like, it doesn't make sense. Like, you could leave that behind. You're making too much money. I don't get it. Like, this is the culture that that is being celebrated or whatever. Like, everybody's trying to do everything they rap about, or they rapping about what they did, or their crimes and stuff like that. This shit is terrible, yo. Like, shit is trash nowadays. But um yeah, man, it's sad. You know, it's sad that they down. Hopefully, it's, everything they say they did, they didn't. But you know, if they did, I mean, it is what it is. But we got to do better, yo. These young dudes are able to make so much money, and they just trying to throw it away. It's crazy. Like, they got access to so much money, and they just throwing it all away for what, to try to uh get clout in the hood or whatever, this and ever. Like, none of that stuff. Like, now you in jail, and what all the what will you have to show for it if you gotta be in there for a whole bunch of years? Nothing. Like, I don't get it, yo. This money could take care of you, your kids and stuff like that, but you wanna keep it real, and you wanna, like, I don't get it, yo. Our culture is trash, yo. But last one I got on my list, on my docket, is the Buffalo shooting. Um, it's sad that we still dealing with this type of stuff, but I don't think it's ever going to go away, because people got certain ideologies or whatever. But I think the sad part is um, that Chris Rock getting slapped by Will Smith stayed in the news longer than this stuff has stayed in the news. That's sad. Now they'll talk about us as far as us doing something wrong, but us being wrong, it ain't gonna stay in the news that long. And it's sad that we can't get an anti-hate bill just like Asians got or whatever. We can't get those same type of laws passed and stuff like that when this stuff has been repeatedly done to us, but we can't get that same type of treatment. And that's the saddest part, that we don't get the same type of treatment in America. Being black in America is tough, because nobody give a damn about us. I mean, a lot of times we don't give a damn about us, but specifically, nobody give a damn about us, because they don't understand. They don't care about our plight. They don't care about the stuff we deal with. They don't care about the stuff we go through. And like, everybody is valued. Shit, hell, animals are valued better than we're valued in the world, and it's sad. But RIP to all those victims, and a lot of them were older too, which I don't. That's what I don't understand. It's like, if your agenda was because we're our population will be decreasing or whatever. So why are you going around killing old people who are not even having kids? I mean, I'm not saying you should go around killing anybody, but I'm just saying, like, none of that made sense. None of it made sense. But like, a lot of times it don't. Like, these people were crazy, yo. And then all the stuff that the parents, like, oh, COVID made them snap, or this and that and other. All this stupid stuff that they want to say, like, it doesn't even make sense, yo. Like, He knew what he was doing. He been plotting it for a long time. He wrote stuff on his weapon or whatever. Like, he knew what he was doing. He was fully capable of doing what he did, and he planned it out to a T. So all that stuff, and then you got these news reporters, and talking about, you think he was no, he wasn't mentally ill. He knew exactly what he was doing. He plotted this stuff to a T. So yeah, but like I said, the overarching theme is nobody cares about us. Nobody cares about our plight. Nobody gives a damn about what happens to black people in this country. And it's sad. It's sad that stuff like this can continuously happen. And do we get any bills? Do we get any laws passed? Anything like that? Nope. Can't do it. Can't do it at all. And it's sad. But that's all I got on that, yo. I don't even want to dig too deeper in that, because then you just make yourself mad and you make yourself upset. And I ain't trying to make myself upset, because I already know what it is. I already know what we deal with. I already know what we go through. And if the laws don't change and stuff like that, what can you do? You just have to continue to fight through it. But yeah. That's all my topics for the day. And shout out to the sponsor, Demoji Clothing. We're gonna have a Memorial Day weekend sale coming up. Be on the lookout for that. Quality apparel, luxury streetwear, quality products. If you don't know, you gotta go get you some. We got some inexpensive tees. If you just want to try out the merchandise, just buy a $20 t-shirt, and you can see the quality, see everything that goes into it, and then you can make decisions from there. But like I said, luxury apparel, luxury streetwear apparel. We got some new stuff coming on the way. I can't wait till it come. I can't wait till I get it in my hand. And yeah, be on the lookout for that. But right now, like I said, you got some sales going on over there. I mean, this shirt I got on now, I never made it. I only have 101 on this one, but never made it. I might make something like this or whatever. We'll see. But yeah, check it out. DMOGI Clothing .com, and on Facebook, Instagram, Demoji Clo, DMOGICLO. Follow us on there, and on TikTok as well. I gotta learn how to do TikTok. I don't know how to do none of that shit, but we will learn. Yeah, man, that's all I got. Like I said, my favorite line: get your weight up, not your hate up. Strive to be the best version of yourself. Congratulate others that's doing good things. You'll be doing good things as well. It's not your time yet. If it hasn't came, it hasn't came. It will come. So just keep on living your life. Keep on doing the things you're doing. Strive to be the best person you be, and it will come. And with that, like I said, thanks for your time. It's all my time. Till the next time, we are out of here.